Hi petals, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome to your timeless soul alignment session. My name is Aura and I am an energy intuitive, a divine light channel and a soul activator. And on this channel we bring through messages of guidance, messages of confirmations, messages of support, of inspiration, of activation for your soul path and your life journey. And thank you for tuning in today, whenever it is that you are finding this timeless session. So the download that I have received for you is that you are not lost. You are awakening. This was the final chapter to close out the cycle. So you may have been feeling recently a little bit lost, maybe a bit imbalanced, or feeling like your steps forward are unknown in some way. There could be a fear or a trepidation or a nervousness. There could be things that are falling away, things that are shaking up. And this is because you are getting ready for some higher recalibration, as a final chapter is coming to a close. Your soul has been clearing the way, dislodging the debris. Your alchemy is your frequency to love, and we're being guided right now to simply sit, rest, and soften. So you could have been feeling a bit of a chaotic energy as well. As we said, something that has been shaking something up. And this has essentially repositioned you or replaced you on a different pathway, on a different trajectory, so that you can close out this cycle. This is a reminder that you are an alchemist, and your alchemy is your frequency to love, meaning that you have a beautiful and expansive heart space. And with that, you are both emitting a frequency and receiving a frequency. And it's all coming together. It's all one, it's all love. So the frequencies and energies that I was pulling through for this session was like this energy of the calm after the storm. So as we said, there could have been some chaos, some tumultuous energies, whether this has been in your external reality, your experiences, or whether this has been going on within you. Remember, your soul has been clearing the way, dislodging the debris. So there were things that were almost kind of like clinging to your energy or in your field, or kind of like ingrained into your path. And for this to be dislodged, for this to be lifted out, to be taken away, something needed to be shook up. Something needed to come through to shake up the system. And I've just seen 444 on the timer as well. So that could be an angel number or a synchronicity for you at this time. But that number brings a message of protection, okay? So you have been protected this whole time. You could be seeing circles around at the moment, seeing a lot of circles. You could be visualizing circles. Someone could be listening to this session, doodling circles. You might find yourself drawing circles as you are almost kind of like zoning out and detaching from the distractions so that you can really tune into your inner world, okay? So there is something about doodling, about drawing, almost like automatic drawing in a way, right? We have automatic writing that I'm sure many of us here are familiar with. We know about automatic writing. There's something here about automatic drawing or automatic doodling coming through here that I feel could be very expansive. And I just saw 555 on the timer as I glanced over as well. So we're already bringing through a lot of angel numbers here, a lot of support, and a lot of guidance is being littered and glittered, I'm hearing, along your path. So that's really beautiful. I was also pulling through an energy of luck, okay? Some kind of good luck coming through. You may have been seeing this message around. This could be a message that's repeating, or you could be feeling this energy like luck is about to come through for you, or you could have experienced something recently that was very lucky, okay? There is an opportunity coming through for you as well. So it will be interesting to see if this message about opportunity elaborates in this session. I feel like right now there's like a mystery around this opportunity because it's not quite being absorbed into your field, but it's almost like it's on the precipice. It's like on the outskirts, and you can kind of see it, but it feels veiled right now, okay? But I feel like this is coming closer and closer to you the more that you're opening your heart to receive this. And there was a message coming through, a reminder to have more fun and laughter, okay? So this is very much going to be soul shifting for you at this time. Having more fun, having more laughter. How can we install the frequency of fun? How can we install the frequency of laughter? How can we get ourselves laughing and enjoying life again, okay? Whatever that is for you, go out and do it. Make time for more fun and more laughter. So I was seeing the dove coming through with the frequency of peace, and that is the divine connection as well. So doves could be very synchronistic for you. I was also seeing the frog leaping forward as well, and I feel like that is a representation. The frog is bringing through a representation, a visualization for you leaping from one chapter into another chapter, okay? You're closing out a cycle. You're hopping from lily pad to lily pad, okay? You could be seeing pink roses as well, or rose quartz could be very significant for you at this time. I feel like working with rose quartz and, you know, embodying that frequency of rose quartz is going to be very expansive and very clearing for you as you are closing this final chapter, as you're going through this awakening process, as you're coming back home to yourself, your truest self. You could also be seeing olives around, or the olive tree could be significant here, okay? Maybe someone here really loves olives. You could be eating olives right now. I'm hearing someone could be called Olive, or someone here has an animal companion called Olive. Let me know in the comments if that is you. I'd really love to know that, because that synchronicity and message was coming through very strongly. I was also pulling through the energy and the frequency of the diamond ray, okay? So this is the diamond ray that is available to you, that is being activated. The diamond ray is incredibly high frequency, incredibly high vibrational, and it comes through, I'm hearing, through this process of realignment, through this process of shifting, through this process of clearing, right? The diamond is built under immense pressure. So I feel like this has been a very pressurized pathway for you, a very pressurized cycle for you. You could have been going through this cycle for some time, or this could have been something that has almost kind of like stirred up all of a sudden recently in your field, in your life experience, this energy of, wow, I feel like I'm in a pressure cooker right now, because that's a visualization that I'm being shown here. But the pressure is being released and the diamond ray is being installed, and this is actually bringing you through this awakening process to a higher level of ascension and integration. You could also be seeing the sunflower as well, and the sunflower brings through this frequency of vitality, energy, hope, and optimism. That's what I'm pulling through here in the sunflower energy today. So I love these messages and energies that have been coming through in these pre-download energies today. I'm really excited to tap into the cards and to see if these messages are wanting to elaborate further, or to see what other messages and energies and activations are wanting to find us today. So please remember, my loves, that my messages, sessions and readings are for confirmation for what you already know intuitively within. Please only take what resonates for you and your personal situation, and lovingly leave the rest. Never force anything to fit. Okie dokie, let's tap in, let's dive in, see what wants to come through, what messages, guidance, support, confirmations and activations are wanting to come through today in this session today, please. Ooh, so the cards are really leaping over here. Look what we have here. I'm not going to take these. I'm going to shuffle again, but we do have the Herkimer Diamond coming through here and the Snowdrop with the energy of resurrection. Yes, commitment, purification, and devotion. So interesting how the Herkimer Diamond has already come through here, confirming that diamond ray that we were tapping into before. So let's begin this again. What messages, guidance, confirmations, and activations are wanting to come through here today for the collective, please? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have selenite and willow tree, the goddess spiral with the energies of rite of passage, dreams and support. Yes, this is a rite of passage here that you are traversing, and that might be why you're feeling quite lost potentially at this time, or feeling like something is veiled. This is an activation of your inner goddess energy, your inner feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us, and so we all have the capacity and the ability to benefit from these goddess energies that are coming through for you. Your dreams could be very active at this time, and I'm hearing that you are receiving guidance and support through your dreams at this time tenfold. Okay, so there's a lot of support coming through for you in your dream state. Pay attention to your dreams, and it's almost like this energy of decoding that's coming through here, like decoding something, right? Okay. There is this like jump, stop, start energy that's coming through here. Jump, stop, start. Okay, so something could be jumbled right now. There could be lots of stops and starts and stops and starts, like glitching all over the place. There's glitches coming through here. I feel like you're making some sort of glitch in time and space in the fabric of your reality at this point. There's something that is glitching, okay? That's really interesting. So let's see what other messages are wanting to come through. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have the rose quartz and the olive tree coming through here. Wow, with the energies of alchemy of love. This is the energy that we were pulling through in the pre-download messages, right? And I'm really happy that they have come through again to confirm these energies, to solidify and integrate and activate these frequencies within this session. So we have the energies of peace offering, compassion, and Venus energy coming through. And look, we have a dove coming through. We have pink roses here, and triangles and pyramids could also be significant as well for you. Okay. I love this. I love this confirmation coming through here. You could be offering someone like a peaceful resolution, or someone could be offering you a peaceful resolution. Something is going to work out more peaceful than you may have anticipated, that you may have expected. And I feel like your guides, your angels, your higher self is working through behind the scenes to bring through a peaceful situation here, okay? And it's interesting because we were talking about the calm after the storm energy, and we were saying that there could have been some sort of chaos that was in your field recently or right now, and this is a confirmation that peaceful times are ahead. Peace is coming through. Just keep tuning into that alchemy of love that is so deeply embedded within your heart. You have a beautiful capacity for compassion as well, okay? So keep having that compassion for yourself and your journey, the timing in things. Maybe you've been challenged recently to be patient with something, because I feel like this energy of patience coming through, and I'm now being shown the scales and they're tipping to one side. So your patience could also be tested at this time as well. There could be challenges and obstacles and people and situations that are coming through to test your patience, and maybe you feel like you are being pushed into one extreme, okay? And this is the energy and guidance coming through to try and remain in that balanced state, to try and hold that frequency of equilibrium where things are balanced. And the more that we can find that energy within ourselves, the more that things will work out and begin to rebalance and recalibrate in the external. So let's see what other messages are wanting to come through in the cards. We have the Empress tree, catalyst for change, with the energies of clarity, freedom, and unbinding. And we have mushroom magic with communication, exploring new states of consciousness and untapped potential. Wow, this is a massive, almost kind of like a coming back together energy I'm really picking up on here. This is you connecting to your blueprint. This is you being activated by others around you as well. You could be very much in the process of activation by what it is that you are surrounding yourself with. There could have been a certain catalyst, whether it was a person or an experience or a memory or a piece of content that you watched or something that you listened to that has massively activated you recently, okay? Whether you feel like this was positive or whether you feel like this was negative, it's still an activation, okay? It's still a process of awakening. It's still a process of remembrance, of you coming home to yourself. And I'm hearing to have gratitude for it all. If you feel like you're being triggered, show gratitude for that trigger, because it is essentially shaking you up here to dislodge the debris, okay? And this is why a process of why your soul has been clearing the way for you here via various different catalysts, via various different triggers or obstacles or epiphanies or realizations. However, it has been coming through for you, both positive and negative and neutral, I'm hearing, has been a process of recalibration, has been a process of awakening. But within that, you may have felt alone. You may have felt like, wow, this has really shook something up to my core. I no longer know where I'm going. I no longer feel safe in my identity. Maybe you feel like your identity has been questioned or it's shifting in some way, and a belief that you had that you clung so tightly onto has now been challenged in some way, and you're now questioning yourself, right? And this questioning doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong or you've been in the wrong, or that your opinion was wrong or your belief was wrong, right? Because it's all subjective to the self, it's all subjective to the soul. But this has all been a process of remembrance. This process of being questioned, or you questioning yourself, has brought you back home to who you truly are, right? Whether it's, integrating more fully this belief in yourself, this belief in your path, or maybe this has shook you up to the point where you've realized that, well, maybe I was following the wrong direction, or maybe this viewpoint that I had wasn't necessarily conducive for me, and maybe this expansion is really uplifting me in some way. So it's really allowing ourselves to see something from a different perspective here, and ultimately this has been a catalyst for change, to dislodge the debris, to bring through more clarity, which is then infusing and shifting us to a process of frequency, a timeline of freedom. It's unbinding us, it's releasing those limitations, it's releasing those restrictions, and it's enabling us to break free in order to be able to explore. This is a process of exploration, okay? So you could be feeling that what you once clung so tightly onto is actually being lifted away. And this is for your highest good. This is so that you can stretch out, so that you can see something different. Because whatever this was that was in your field was almost kind of like veiling you, blinding you in a sense, in a way. And this is actually taking off the blindfolds now, and it's like, wow, there was so much more out there. There was so much more for me to explore. And there was so much more for me to tap into. And even if you still come back around to the same thing, the experience of getting out there, the experience of taking those other perspectives or visions or experiences on board and experiencing them is actually massively awakening you in some way. And through this awakening process, you are unlocking an untapped potential from within. There's something that has more potential than maybe you have been giving credit for, okay? Maybe that you've been seeing in whatever this is. And ultimately, I feel like this is a growth from within the self. I feel like this is very much led from your feminine essence, the goddess energy, the Venus energy coming through here with the rose quartz and the olive tree. This is an awakening to your strength in the feminine energy, being open to receive, being that creator of your reality. I do feel as well like your communication is strengthening. I feel like you are able to communicate yourself now more clearly and more coherently. And there's something that you are being guided to communicate at this time. Maybe there's something that you need to say. Maybe there's a change that you are observing that needs to be expressed. Setting more boundaries and expressing this deeper connection with self to others or someone around you. Mushrooms could be significant as well, okay? Maybe you've been diving deep into the hidden realms. This is diving deep down the rabbit hole energy. This is seeing visions. This is your third eye opening, your third eye awakening. And this is actually clearing your throat chakra. This is clearing something here that has been restricted. I feel like this debris that is being dislodged is in your throat chakra massively. And now this is making way for a freedom of expression, a freedom of your truth in some way. So this is super powerful. Let's see what other messages are wanting to come through in the cards. We have Astrophilites and Ginkgo with Star Elders, the frequencies of signs and symbols, divine blueprints, and a Menti. Wow. We have Amber with Rewild, the energies of Druid, Tree Keeper, perception versus reality. Yes, this is kind of like what we were tapping into, right? This energy of your perception changing, or your perceptions or perspectives or beliefs, or something that you have clung so tightly onto that you may or may not be aware of. This is actually shifting in some way, shifting your perspective. There was an energy of illusion around you, and I feel like this is that mystery energy, that veiled energy that was, around your field here, right? You're piercing through some sort of illusion here so that you can really see reality to a higher level but a deeper level simultaneously at the same time. You're going deep down the rabbit hole, but this is elevating your perception. This is elevating your perspective. This is raising in the ascension path by going inwards, by going deep into something here. And this might be why you feel like you are lost. Remember the beginning message that we opened this session with. You are not lost. You are awakening. Okay? And in this awakening process, it can feel very lonely. It can feel very scary. We can get wrapped up in illusions that we have to, really ground down and solidify and make sure that, what we're tapping into is accurate, right? We feel like, where is it that we're going? A bit like Alice in Wonderland energy here, down the rabbit hole, into this kind of like Wonderland energy, where everything just feels a little bit crazy or something feels a bit off. And I feel like you're seeing through something here. And I feel like this is why the mushroom magic came through as well. Perception versus reality. What is reality? What is your reality? What is your truth? That's something that you could also be questioning as well. And it's important to get grounded. This is why the tree elders and the tree keepers are coming through here. The star elders and the tree keepers. That's why they're coming through, to really help you and assist you at this time, to ground down this information that you are bringing through, to ground down these perspective shifts, these perception shifts, okay? And it's interesting because I was getting this glitchy energy coming through, like a glitch in the matrix, a glitch in your timeline. And this is that kind of like warping between worlds, stepping between timelines. What is actually real right now? This really is this massive awakening process that I feel like we've all experienced at some point through our spiritual journey. It's like, what is life? What is this existence? What is happening right now? Who am I? What is this? Is this a simulation? Is this, a divine orchestration? What is this, right? And I feel like through these processes of questioning, there's going to be something that you are actually tapping into that feels like home. It feels like, yes, this makes sense. I understand why I'm here. I understand what I'm here to do. I understand my story. And this is a process of decoding the signs and symbols. There's so many synchronicities, so many messages that are swirling in your field. You're actually going through this process right now where you are bridging the gap. I see you walking through a bridge, and this is leading to a gateway. Okay, and through this gateway, over this bridge, I feel like this is a visualization for something that you are passing over. Okay, you're passing through something, through into this gateway of opportunity. Wow, this is what this opportunity is. This is a gateway that is opening up to you because you've surpassed something, because you've crossed some sort of threshold, you've crossed over some sort of initiation. Okay, this is like unraveling so beautifully here. And this is an access to a new chapter, a new level of your divine blueprint. Because you're such a deep and wise soul, okay, working with astrophyllite and amber are going to be very significant for you right now. There's a deep healing that is coming through. You're very connected to the tree collective. Okay, I feel like you could even be like seeing certain trees that are really standing out to you at this time. Or maybe if you're walking in nature, you're being drawn to a certain tree. And I'm seeing like almost like a glowing energy around this tree, and it's wanting to gift you something. It's wanting to infuse something into your aura, infuse something into your field. And this is because you are being rewired, but it's actually awakening something within you that was meant to be set free with this rewild energy, liberation, freedom, a catalyst for change. You hold some sort of wisdom within you, and now it's time for this to be released and for this to be activated. Okay, so let's tap into some supportive energies here. Interesting that I'm selected this deck as well. We've got a tree on it as well, so the trees are very significant, and this is a deck that I was intuitively guided to. This is the Earth Magic Oracle that I was being guided to tap into for the supportive energies today. Okay, we also have the Empress tree coming through as well, and the olive tree, right? So trees are very significant here. Trees are very expansive for you right now. They're communicating with you. So what are some supportive energies here for these frequencies, for these messages today that want to be activated and installed? Okay, this just flipped over here, the ocean with ebb and flow. Okay, so this is a process of ebb and flow. This is a process of coming through and receding, receiving and letting go, receiving and releasing. Okay, this is a process of change. This is a process of surrender. This is a process of trusting in the process, trusting in the alchemy, trusting in the flow, knowing that whatever is needing to find you is going to flow through for you. This really is a process of allowing things to come through for you in a more easy, effortless way, okay? Not trying to cling on to something here. Bottom of the deck, we have waterfall and effortless. Wow, we've got ocean and waterfall. The frequencies of water are very significant here. This cleansing energy, this purification, this tapping into your intuition and your emotions. We have more trees coming through here as well. So if you're able to get by a body of water at this time, I feel like that'll be very significant for you. That could really help you to release, to let go, and to breathe in that fresh air frequency. Wow, we have spring equinox and rebirth. Wow. Powerful supportive energies for you here. You are going through a rebirth. You are going through an awakening. You are not lost, okay? If you feel like the tide has been pulled out and you're just stood there on the beach by yourself, it's like, where is the ocean? Where is the sea? Where is the water? It's going to come back in again. The tide will always find its way back home, and so will you, okay? This is a message that's coming through. You may feel like you've been put in almost like a time out or some sort of isolation period, but this actually was for your activation, okay? This is an activation process. I love these confirmations coming through here. And you're being supported with this recalibration, with this activation. So just trust in the process, trust in the ebb and flow, because you are rebirthing right now, okay? You are being recalibrated. Your soul has been clearing the way, dislodging the debris, okay? Making room for something new, taking things out with the tide, washing it away with the ocean, so that you can rebirth, so that you can rewild, so that you can be liberated, so that you can be freed up from whatever has been pulling you down or constraining you or restricting you. What else do we have here? What other supportive energies want to come through? What animal guides want to be tapped into today and integrated, please? We have the tranquil sloth with tranquility, tolerance, and diplomacy. Proud and noble guardian, grant me the power to rise up and shine. Yes, I love this. And it's interesting because we said earlier we were bringing through that message about the scales, and something could have been testing your patience, right? And we've got tolerance coming through here with the tranquil sloth. So you have been tolerating something that has been quite heavy, that has been weighing you down in some way, that could have been triggering you, that could have been really difficult for you to almost kind of like put up with, right? But I feel like you are now shifting beyond this now through this frequency of tranquility. By embodying this energy of peace, of tranquility, of stillness, like the sloth, this is actually shifting you. You're someone who is so noble, and you have this guardian of the sloth around you right now to remind you to, as we said at the beginning of this session, to sit, rest, and soften. And the sloth is the perfect animal to bring this frequency through for us, because they are an animal that moves very slowly. They don't rush for anyone. They own their own time. Okay, they own that they are a slow animal, right? And they don't feel bad for that. They don't try to be the tiger. They don't try to be the horse that pushes forward, that runs really fast, that speeds up. They honor their own rhythm. They honor their own cycle. And I feel like that is something that you're being guided to embody right now. And this is why the sloth has come through for you, bringing through this infusion of tranquility, this infusion of peace, of tolerance, of diplomacy. Nothing can rock you. Nothing can rock my boat. Nothing can ruffle my feathers, because I'm so deeply rooted in my own being. I'm so deeply rooted in my own truth, in my trust and surrender to the flow, to surrender to the timelines, to surrender to my soul that is clearing the way for me currently, dislodging the debris, dislodging what is not helpful for me anymore. And through this process, I am awakening. Through this process, I am rebirthing. And following on from this, I will be granted the power, the energy to rise up and to shine. Wow, I love that. That is so powerful. So let's see what final message wants to come through for a supporting energy here. Continue to make the most of every open door. Yes, I mentioned that I could see a gateway for you over the bridge. So this is an open gateway, an open door for you, right? And it's because this is opening because you have had this level of diplomacy, this level of patience, this level of, oh, what next? Okay, well, I'll just face this challenge. I'll just overcome it. I'm not going to think too deeply into it. I'm not going to allow myself to go too far down the rabbit hole in things that are just draining my energy. Okay, this is a process of not overthinking. This is a process of trusting, of surrendering. Continue to make the most of every open door. What can you take from this situation that you are experiencing right now? Whatever challenge you are currently going through, or whatever obstacle, or whatever you're needing some sort of guidance and solution for, asking yourself, how can I make the most of this situation? What is this showing me? Okay, what is this asking of me? What does this need from me right now? What do I need from me right now? How am I being guided to respond to this situation for my highest good? Okay, continue to ask yourself all of those questions. Perspective is a matter of where you stand. Yeah, again, this energy of perspective coming through, this perception shift, perception versus reality. What is a truth for you may not be someone else's truth, and vice versa. And it really just is sitting in that allowance and sitting in that flow. You may have experienced in the past others coming for you for your opinion, or your opinion being silenced, your voice being silenced. And I feel like that's why the throat chakra was coming through so strongly, okay, to dislodge this debris from within your throat chakra. This is a clearing because somehow your voice was stifled or taken away. It's like your opinion wasn't valued, your opinion wasn't respected. Maybe you didn't have a voice at some point in your life, but now this is reactivating, this is awakening. Working with breath work at this time, singing as well, I feel is going to be very clearing with your throat chakra. It's going to help to elevate and expand this center, this energy center. So let's see what other messages, guidance want to come through today. What other messages and guidance want to come through? Other activations, support and assistance want to come through here. Wow, we have growth coming through. Seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. Yes, I love this. And I was really picking up on this energy of the collective with the mushroom magic card here, with this energy of communication. And I was being drawn to all of these mushrooms that are standing next to each other here. They're all different colors. They look very differently. Some are short, some are tall. Yeah, and they're just so unique, but they're all connected at the same time, and I love that. And mushrooms are actually connected through an underground network, so I feel like this really is like your connections are going to be at the forefront of your experiences moving forward. Even if it's a challenging connection, even if it's someone who triggers us, it's like, again, asking ourselves, why is this triggering me? What is this showing me? Okay, is this questioning me because I'm being guided to question my own belief here, or my own viewpoint, or my own perspective? Or is this just enabling me to tap into my confidence and my belief further, right? Whatever this is that is coming through for you, this is a process of your growth, okay? Some of you could be guided to work with a mentor, or you could be looking up to someone right now, you know, consuming some content, reading a book, right? That really feels like, wow, this is the guidance for my soul. This really is activating me. This really is inspiring me. And I feel like that's because this is a mirror to who you are here to become yourself. I feel like you hold those mental codes within your soul. And this is a process of reactivation. This is a process of reawakening, of remembering your own mentor that is within you. And again, with the energy of the sloth and the message on this growth card, take baby steps as you grow. Okay, so this isn't a process that you're needing to rush right now. This process of awakening, this chapter that you are closing out, this cycle that you are completing, take baby steps and really soak in every moment. okay? Make the most out of every essence of this cycle, because there's so much that you are learning here on a soul level. There's so much that you are integrating and activating. And with the message of be willing to learn from others, again, this is that message of, whilst someone might be triggering you or challenging you or testing you in some way, there is a lesson here, okay? They're actually a teacher, and at the same time you're teaching them, okay? And this is, a really good example of a soul contract as well, right? Soul contracts can come through for a fleeting moment just to teach each other something, and then you go your separate ways. But you remember that interaction. You remember that passing by of that moment with that person or that situation, because it's awakened something within you, because it's shaken something up within you. And that is where we learn. That is where we grow. So let's see, we're going to close out this session today with a card from the Oracle of the Seven Energies, and let's see what final message, guidance and activation wants to be brought through for those who are still tuning into this session. What final message, activation and guidance wants to come through, please, to close out this session today? What could be most beneficial for those who are tuning in? We have ears wide open. Ooh, interesting. We've got the number 33 coming through here, or the number 6. You could be seeing foxes around. Foxes could be a significant animal for you. The fennec fox I'm hearing could be a significant animal for you as well. Bottom of the deck, we have Waking the Lion. Yes, this is a rewilding that we were bringing through in the Amber and the Dawn Redwood card. This is a reawakening. This is a rewilding. This is really stepping into your own power and your own energy. So with this ears wide open card, there's something that you are hearing. There's something that you are integrating. This is a process of pausing and stopping and listening before you proceed, before you take action. This is really stopping to be in that present moment, to make sure that all that you are surrounded with, you are really tuning into. You're really being in that present moment and appreciating the feedback, okay? There's something about the feedback. And by feedback, I mean energetically. There's something that is being fed back to you energetically. This could be through something that someone is saying. Maybe they're using their throat chakra, the communication energy, and there's something that you need to hear. There's something that you need to listen to. Or maybe this is a feedback energy from an action that you have taken or an intention that you have put out there. And it's waiting for that feedback. It's waiting for that energetic reciprocation, that final level of understanding that it's time to move forward. The flow is coming back through, and let's just flow with the energy that we are receiving. So I'm just going to tap into the guidebook here for this ears wide open card to see if we can pull through any further guidance, messages and activations for your path now moving forward. So this card comes with the key concepts of deep listening as a gift we give to others, understanding someone else's needs, showing focused attention, tuning into another and letting go of the ego's need to be heard. The world is constantly speaking to us and offering clues about what is really going on beneath the surface of things. We all have the capacity to hear beyond the noise that reaches our ears. The challenge is when we feel misunderstood and unheard. When we feel insignificant, it's easy to over-explain ourselves in an attempt to get acknowledged. Now is the time to let all of that go. Offer your attention as the great gift it is. It's time to stop multitasking, checking your phone, thinking of what you're going to say next, and doing all the other things that keep you from connecting fully. Whenever we are in a state of chaos and distraction, paying attention to only some of what is being said, we lose the ability to pick up on everything, including that which is not being said. Deep listening is the way in which we immerse ourselves in the truth of the world. In this way, with ears wide open, we also open our hearts and minds to understand more than what is conveyed through words alone. Opportunities arise from the subtle cues we miss when we are not 100% present. Purposeful, open listening is an act of true respect and intimacy. When you are in this space of receptivity, letting go of the need to be heard or to be right, you become expansive and alert to meaningful potential. Right now, keep your ears wide open, and you will find more than what you were searching for. Yes, I love this, and a really beautiful confirmation as well to the messages that we were pulling through. This is a process of really listening and really hearing, even if what we are hearing or receiving is not necessarily what we're wanting to hear, or maybe this is something that could be challenging us, challenging our beliefs, right? Our ego ultimately. And we could have this automatic response, this programmed response to either react, okay, or to shut off, to stop listening, okay, and to just close ourselves off. But this really is the process of releasing, opening up to hearing what is coming through, including those energies that are not being said. There's something that is being communicated to you right now and as you move forward. And this actually is going to be a huge awakening for you, a catalyst of change within your soul that is ultimately helping you to close out some sort of cycle that has been on repeat. And this is a powerful portal and gateway into your growth. So it's really no surprise that the beautiful tranquil sloth has shown up for us today, right? Reminding us to tap into this energy of tranquility, this energy of tolerance, diplomacy, this communicating from that higher self, this communication from that higher perspective, that whilst I may not agree with what is being said or what is happening or this situation, I can see it from a different view, and I can hold that level of tolerance, and I can hold my reaction response and choose what to do from a place of peace, of love, of compassion. And that really is such a challenge along this human experience. And it's okay if you feel like you mess it up, because we're not perfect. We can often get triggered, we can lash out. It affects and it touches on our old woundings, our old programs. But this is a process of realization, okay, that I'm being tested right now, or this person or this situation is testing my patience, but I'm not going to rise to this. That doesn't mean that I'm going to tolerate disrespect, okay? We're not saying that. But you can choose to walk away, okay? If it's not something that is conducive for the highest good of all, you don't have to absorb it. You don't have to take that on board, that projection. You don't have to allow it into your field. You can leave that person, that situation where it is right now, and you can just choose to stay in your own energy and continue to embody this energy of elevation, peace, and growth. And in that process, you're actually reflecting back to whatever this is, those energies, and that in turn will activate them. And they'll go away and think about that, okay? So beneath the surface right now, something is occurring, something is stirring, and you're about to find out what this is. This veil that I tapped into at the beginning, this mystery that was surrounding this gateway, this opportunity, is about to slowly be revealed to you. Keep up these levels of communication with your higher self, your spirit team, with the universe, okay? Have this level of tolerance for yourself as well. Have this level of tolerance for the timing, the ebb and flow, okay? Tune out of those distractions, but also be aware of what these distractions may be teaching you or showing to you. And this could actually be the mentor and guide that you've called in on a soul level at this time. But it's coming through in an unexpected way. It's coming through in an unexpected form. But that doesn't mean that it's not valuable for your life journey, for your soul path. So it's really being open to that and knowing that through this process, a deeper wisdom of your soul ability, because you are an ancient soul, is going to be awakened. So this has been your session today, my loves. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a powerful session as always, very enlightening, very illuminating, possibly triggering for some people, but you know, that has been the whole energy of this session that has been coming through. And if you've stuck around to the end, I'm sending you so much love and appreciation. You really are doing amazing, so make sure that you are giving yourself the credit that you deserve. So let's see what emojis we should drop in the comments today. I feel like let's drop a rose emoji, a dove emoji, a tree emoji, a mushroom emoji. Is there a sloth emoji or a ocean wave emoji or a fox emoji in the comment section? If this has been your session today, if you've resonated with this session, or if you would like to claim any of this potent energy of a catalyst for change, breaking free, receiving a higher and deeper clarity, opening up your throat chakra, tapping into a higher level of communication and awakening within you your untapped potential, seeing the signs and synchronicities, and understanding on a deeper level what they are trying to convey to you, communicate to you, and show you. Infusing a higher level of tolerance, tranquility, and diplomacy as you are rewilding and reactivating and awakening to your power to rise up and to shine. Listening with ears wide open, being able to see this information and receive this information through the portal of your heart, which is your alchemy. And please let me know in the comments how this session has resonated for you. How has it spoken to you? I always love to catch up with you and to see how these sessions are showing up in your world and how these messages are synchronizing in your field. So thank you so much for being open and vulnerable and for sharing some of your story and journey with us. You are so valued and so appreciated. And thank you for all your positive energy exchanges via your thumbs ups, your comments, your subscribes, your donations as well. Thank you so much for your support. You are truly, truly appreciated, and it helps more than you know. If you would like to dive into a personally calibrated session with myself, you'll be able to find my website in the description box, where you'll be able to see the services that I currently offer and book with me directly there. And don't forget to check my little banner at the top of my website for any availability updates. I'll always pop an update there for you. And in the meantime, if you would like to dive into some more messages, guidance and support for your path, your soul path and your life journey, don't forget to check out my channel. I have created some playlists with other powerful collective soul alignment sessions, just like this one here today, and also some pick a card readings as well, if that resonates for you. And all of my messages, sessions and readings are calibrated to be timeless, so whenever you tune into a reading or whenever one pops along your feed, that is the perfect and divine time for you. And with all this being said, my loves, thank you so much for being here today. I am wishing you all the best, sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.